What's supposedly SI but really isn't. Do not have SX in a freshwater lake that's been stewing at above room temperature all summer. Just don't. A friend who's a gynecologist. Chocolate syrup as a SI addition. Everyone reading this needs to know that drying chocolate syrup turns into an adhesive. Singles in your area. Eating during SX. In front of my salad. Baby talk. I'm a father. Bringing chocolate spread to bed. Jealousy. All of those challenges on TikTok where people try to make their significant other jealous are stupid and seriously unhealthy. The whole feeding thing? I've got that covered. None of this delicate romantic eating. I tried to have SX in a hot tub. Not possible. The water just carries away all natural lubricant. SX on the beach. Having SX in a bath. Water is not lube, it actually becomes very dry. Edible underwear. Body chocolate. Whipped cream. Food and SX do not belong together and are a recipe for a yeast infection. Eater. The replies make me never want to have SX. Or eat. As a woman. Baby talk. No such thing as a SI baby. SX positions in PRN. Edit. I film SI positions as an amateur all the time. So many positions in PRN don't feel good for either party. An adult talking in baby talk. Wearing too much cologne perfume. All you need is a dab of a scent on your neck or your wrists. And the scent shouldn't be so overpowering that others can smell you from a mile away. The scent you wear should be subtle. Cologne perfume is meant to be discovered, not announced. SX for hours. Guys are so proud. People who rub nipples by trying to freaking tune a radio on them. Be gentle to titties. Bop it. Twist it. Pull it. SX in water. A pool. Bathtub. Shower. You name it. SX in water sucks. Being an asshole. Suck my dick, bitch. Please? Maybe this is just me, but I don't find it SI when someone suggestively eats a phallic food item like sausage, bananas, popsicles, etc. It just looks silly. Not to mention the fact that most people end up biting into those foods when they eat them. So if it's supposed to be a stand-in for your dick, it's not an arousing thought. SX in a public bathroom. I can never imagine being horny enough to disregard how disgusting and germ-filled the environment is. Fake tan. Especially when it's so obviously orangey fake that it just looks like they dipped themselves in tangerine. Like the song. Lone wolf type emotionally distant men. SI media trope. This is going to sound weird, but trying to be SI is kind of unsci. I don't mean like an earnest in the moment but kind of awkward attempt. That's adorable. I mean like a cringy come and get it weird some I saw in a movie type move. It's hard to explain. It's turkey time. Gobble gobble. PRNO style jackhammering. A little goes a long way, guys. As a virgin, I learned way too many things in this post. Thanks. That face guys make when they put their first and middle fingers up to their mouth like a V and pretend and wiggle their tongue through like they're giving a girl head. My experience with handcuffs was rather lackluster. Hello, this is the lockpicking lawyer. And today I have for you a curious situation. My wife seems to have handcuffed me to the bedposts in our room while she goes to get herself ready. While handcuffs typically present little challenge in coming undone with anything from a screwdriver to a bobby pin. Today I am going to use only what I can maneuver into my hands. Which luckily enough was a pillowcase. Dirty panties. I will never understand the number of creeps at our creepy PMs who ask to buy used panties. Seriously. Why? Edit. Whoa. This comment blew up huge. Thank you all for the answers. Playing hard to get. If you play hard to get with me, it makes you impossible to want because I assume you're just not into me. Fake drawn eyebrows that always look questioning surprised. I told my girlfriend she had her eyebrows drawn on too high. She looked surprised. Slapping patting vaginas. PRN has a lot to answer for. Slaps vagina, this bad boy can fit so much dick in it. Being an asshole. I don't know why some people think it's cute. It's not. Women acting stupid and infantile. Men acting super macho. SX in a sports car. You always see rich guys in movies with some hot babe that's all over him. Pulling up in his exotic sports car. That is super uncomfortable. And women's heels on soft leather Alcantara is a big no-no. Giant drive shaft tunnel in the middle and a driver-oriented cockpit are terrible for it. Giggity, I've had more comfortable SX in the back of a Kia Morning. Incest PRN. Ginormous dicks. Oh thank God. Non-subtle cosmetic surgery. Huge lips. Massively sharpened nose and face. Breast or butt implants that could be used as a life raft. Like. You look like some kind of uncanny valley SX doll monster instead of a human being. Snapchat filters. Screaming during SX. I'm married now. But when I was single and dating, there were a couple women I was with who would yell like sports fans in a stadium during an orgasm. Meanwhile, my ear was roughly 6 inches from their head. Not pleasant. Goddamn it, these refs are being paid off. Gaping. If I wanted to look down into someone's asshole, I'd become a proctologist and get paid big money to do it. Also, prolapses. That's not SI. That's a goddamned medical emergency. This will probably be buried, but being a nurse, not SI. I literally deal with bodily fluids most of my shift. Many guys like to see women fighting against each other. You know, those mud fights and like this. I've never got turned on by this. Me. Come on. Don't be like that. Whoever said you were supposed to be SI? Leaving underwear the next morning. Some girl left me her underwear as a SI reminder of our night together. Except, what the hell am I supposed to do with them? Wear them? Smell them? Hang them on the wall? Like, what is the point here? Anyways, they went in the garbage. Frame them and put them up as a trophy of your marvelous deeds. Clearly. Loudest moaning. Like the fake P-Run star level moaning and above. A guy, my neighbor, and a girl in my building are dating. And I constantly have to hear her near screaming through the wall. I don't know how anyone can get off hearing that. It's so annoying. Anything you see in PRN. Aside from people being in shape. The world would be so much easier if people stopped watching PRN. Ditzy helpless females. Just seeing a naked person. I have never just seen someone naked and thought OMG so SI. Edit. A naked person isn't SI unless I have a connection to them. That actually makes me sad for you. People who wear Axe spray on deodorant. You woo. Getting roadhead. Car accidents aren't worth the risk. Well yeah. The driver shouldn't be blowing the passenger. Jealousy. Women faking stupid. Wearing those super tiny panties. Knowing complex unique positions. Stick to doggy missionary. Cowgirl and spoon and you're good. Alcohol. No one is actually more attractive while drunk. No one I've met anyway. 69. It's hard to concentrate on doing a good job of giving at the same time you're receiving. It's certainly not a good way to bring a woman to orgasm. Big melons. After a certain point they seem gross and weird. IKR that 167 pounds cantaloupe from Horseville, Kentucky is just too big. A man hunting food. I used to hunt. People thought it was SI until I actually showed them. People think hunting is SI. PRN. Thigh gap. Not saying people who have a thigh gap can't be attractive. But it's such an unhealthy goal for a lot of people and isn't the least bit more attractive than not having a thigh gap. Beach SX. Youth. Baby. You want to have sex with this person? Ooh. Yeah. Look at them. They're barely old enough to legally consent. Doesn't that turn you on? Look at their body. They haven't had any sexual experiences whatsoever. They're perfect. That is largely how I interpret it. Twerking. Playing hard to get. It's complex enough to read non-verbal cues, so if you feel the attraction, just go for the distraction. Furry. If you're furry. 69. Unless you and your partner's height and trunk length work together just right. The mechanics of it are just impossible to manage. How do I know this? I am 6 feet 2 and my wife is 5 feet 4. Jeez. More like a 6,254, am I right? The weird surgeon family PRN. Like all the aunt, uncle, step sibling stuff. Gross. Boob tassels. Literally couldn't think of a sillier and more pointless thing than those. Strip clubs in the US. Suru, not SI. I did have a great experience at a club in Amsterdam though. That club had a circular bar and both nude men and women would dance across it. So interesting. Just had to keep covering my beer. Pause. Pubes. Eaten ass. Y'all nasty. Things named Kardashian. This is all subjective to what each individual find attractive. Therefore, we're gonna gear a lot of different answers. SX on the beach. Sand is coarse. And rough. And irritating. Twerking. SXW, the guy standing up holding the girl on his dick. Like, I get it. You can pick me up. Long fingernails. Food during SX. Whipped cream. Honey, etc. Just get messy. I used to go out with a psycho. She was great fun, but she was a lunatic. I basically woke up in the middle of the night to feel something ice cold on my chest. What she decided in the middle of the night was that she felt horny, so she got an egg out of the fridge and broke it on my chest. Thinking that we were gonna have some SI time. It was ice cold. I tell you. And I was all tucked up. All warm and just snoozing away. I was in bliss. I can confirm. Guys. It is not SI. Nurses. If you find a nurse's uniform hot, then go and actually talk to a nurse after a shift when they've been covered in poo, vomit and or blood. No thanks. For me, it's twerking. I think dancing in a club is supposed to be SI. But it's never the cute guy you've been crushing on for months who comes up behind you. It's always a Chad. Pretty sure real SI club dancing is only in movies. I've only seen The Ratchet. Fish lips. Choking, gagging on a dick. Discomfort during a SL act shouldn't be seen as SI in my opinion. Anal without lube. Spit doesn't do the job. And neither does a BJ, so stop trying. Smoking. Use lube. You shouldn't be generating that much friction. Yeah, really sucks when you're with a nice girl guy and she pulls out a crack pipe. Unprompted dick pics. Or really any dick pics. Being called daddy. I like to say it in non-SL situations to make friends uncomfortable. Playing Warzone and I'm knocked. Get me up daddy. As I'm being revived. Edit. Saying it to my wife is fun too. Dinner conversations usually play out like this. Wife. Do you want gravy for your potatoes? Me. Yes please daddy. Wife. Stop. Twerking. Booty shaking, yes. Feet. I genuinely don't get how people find them SI. They're gross. They're weird and they can smell. The duck lips pose girls do in photos. Smoking. At least it used to be pushed as being SI. Toe licking. A hegeo. The whole first time. Or surprise NL trend. My first time was awkward and funny. Not necessarily virgin experiences dick for the first time. So hot. And when someone tried the whole surprise NL on me, I blood all over their toilet. Also switching holes. Not hot at all. That infection was awful and I was ed cause. Yeah, guessed it. It was another surprise. Surprise NL? Oh. You mean our pay? Twerking. What's with chicks doing the cross-eyed look lately? I'm so confused. Lol, do you mean the ahegeo face? It's a hante thing. Spitting on the dick while sucking it. I see it in PRN all the time. Maybe if this does something for the sucker, like oral lube or some sort of decramping relief or something, I get it. But it always comes off like it's this SI thing. No. Not SI. Don't spit on my dick. Nobody is going to want to read this, but really big boobs and fake boobs. Medium to small busts I find really attractive. Elegant. I'm not body shaming. All bodies are beautiful. There's just something about round, perky feet are disgusting. Titine. I see it in PRN. I honestly have no idea why a man or a woman would get much pleasure out of it. Ass eating. You nastiers. I'm only speaking for myself here. But power dynamics. I'm not into aggressive people at all. And I don't think it's hot when someone is always trying to wrestle you for some kind of imaginary control. I know others get turned on by this. But it's one of my bigger red flags. This is actually a huge turn on for me. Tie clothes so exaggerated that the person wearing them is obviously uncomfortable or should be. Dresses too tight. Heels too high. Shirts and pants too tight. High heel shoes. More times than not women look awkward in them. I believe that high heels are more of a talent show that women have going with each other more than they are a fashion item. Duck face. Feels 20 years have gone by and women still do it. As a guy I sometimes do duck face. When I'm pretending to be a duck. Which is surprisingly often. Also the baby voice thing. Who the made this a thing and WTF aren't they in prison? Gross. Long nails. Huge turn off for me. The NFSW tag being magenta. Zaddy. I died a little just typing that BS. This actually puts me in a bad mood. Fake boobs. Spitting in each other's mouth. People posting SI pictures of themselves on Insta lol. Unsolicited dick pics. The daddy thing. Don't call me daddy. My toddler does that. I'll talk about this here. But really it could also go in a post about what do movies always get wrong. It goes like this. Male character walks over to talk to attractive female character. Man, what's your name? Woman. Insert female name here. Man. Now slightly more interested. That was my mother's name. Apostrophe. I'm sorry. But I for one am not looking for a woman who shares the same name as my mother. In fact, for me that would be a bit of a turn off. Even if you were just looking for a one night stand. I don't want to picture my mother when I'm with a woman in bed. Twerking. To me people twerking just look stupid. Not SI. After reading a ton of these I think that people need to just ask before I'm twerking. Clashing teeth. I hate reading anything that says something about how their teeth clash when they kiss. That's not SI. That hurts. Please just stop. Any one of the Kardashians. Calling someone you are having sex with daddy. Guys bragging or talking about previous encounters with girls. Shockingly. I don't want to be told about what you've done with other girls. Feet. Dick pics. Send me pics of your chest and abs if you want to turn me on. Don't send me a pic of your penis. Edit. Some people have expressed sadness due to their lack of abs. You don't need to have abs to be SI. When I wrote this comment, I was thinking of my exes, both of whom were muscular. Which is why I said abs. What I was really trying to get at is that receiving a pic of a guy fresh out of the shower with a towel wrapped around his hips is A+++. Whereas getting a badly lit close-up of your member is an F. Spitting as lubricant. Those faces women make in PRN videos, mouth opened unnaturally. Scary mean look like they're hurting someone. Faking surprise with eyes wide open. Pained look like they're suffering. Shower sex. Shower intercourse is usually a little too difficult to be much fun. But fooling around in the shower before toweling off and continuing on the bed is a huge turn on for me. That weird anime orgasm face. I'm a femme lesbian and I can't stand when butches squint and or bite their lips in photos LMAO. Dirty talk. If done right it's meh. You like that Yuang? Asterisk. That is the perfect way to talk dirty to someone. Twerking. Trying to look SI on Instagram. It's just a parking lot Megan. Not a PRN set. Most PRN. Most is incredibly repetitious and boring. Big fake boobs. Big fake lips as well. Shower sex. You either end UIP with a broken penis. Or just boil or freeze to death. Sex in the shower, the drain hurts like hell, I don't see the appeal. Stop eyeing the shower drain. Twerking. An L. As a woman I do not understand the whole hype around it. It's generally uncomfortable and isn't as pleasurable. IDK. As a guy I'd prefer my dick stay away from the poop chute. Bleach blonde. Eating assholes. Wet after shower pics. Every person after a shower looks like a drowned cat if they have any amount of hair. When people would try to get them from me I would be like, I didn't know you liked looking at wet rodents and cats. Melted chocolate. Kids, I just don't know how people can be attracted to them. The only people who should be attracted to kids are other kids. Watching women suck dildos or other cock-shaped objects while pretending to derive pleasure somehow from doing that. Leopard pattern cloth. Any of them. Should have died in the 80s. Bondage. I just don't get it. Have tried both giving and receiving. So much work and concentration. Completely distracts from all things SI. Also inflicting any kind of pain during sex. The pain itself is not the issue, I have pretty high tolerance. But it just doesn't make sense in my head. We are here to express affection. Not hurt each other. Edit. Thanks for the interesting perspectives. I still don't get it. But thanks for sharing. And also I'm not trying to kink shame. If you enjoy it and have a consenting partner, have fun. Just not for me. Maybe I'm just weird. But pain is one of the biggest things that actually gets me going. Receiving, not dealing. I also have no idea why. But just the thought of having my ass spanked till it's blue just turns me on. However, there is a fine but definite line between normal and hot pain. I won't get off stepping on a Lego brick. But pinching me at the right place in the right situation can be fantastic. Sorry if that's too much info. An LSX. A Hegeo face. Exaggerated Hegeo faces grows me out. Plenty of people cross their eyes slightly when something hits just right. But it's usually as their eyes roll back and close. And yeah, a lot of us open our mouths when we're getting into it, mostly because we're breathing heavily. But sticking the tongue out? No thank you. Public SX. Sorry but the constant fearsome bloke's gonna catch you makes me limp even at the thought. Edit. Butt implants. And Ellen foot jobs are something I see a lot of but they don't appeal to me much. Dumbass duck lips. Ironically enough, I find SI underwear to be the least SI underwear. Stuff like lingerie and the leather and latex stuff has never done anything for me. Just a normal, nice set of underwear is top notch. Like the naughty nurse, French maid and schoolgirl costumes. That would be a total turn off for me. T-shirt and panties with a sly smile? That would do me in. Guys with too many muscles. There's a happy medium. Which is well before looking like you stepped out of that ancient power thirst video. Catcalling. When a girl gags on a dick while sucking it. If a girl is gagging while sucking you off, be grateful that she's even doing it. Gagging feels awful and can be incredibly difficult to control. But if she's continuing, she's doing it for you. So be grateful. Or better yet, help a girl out and just tell her not to worry about it and move on to something else for I guess both of your sakes. Being super thin. Giant dicks. There's a point where it just becomes terrifying. Kissing and licking ears. It's super loud and annoying. I had a girl one time that wouldn't stop putting her tongue in my ear and I had to leave. Or mate, no. That's the surefire way to get me going. But not big sloppy licks. Gentle kisses. Wee nibbles on the ear. Then move down the neck.